Now, here's your host, Hank Davis.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Relationship Hot Topics. Relationship Hot Topics is brought to you by TPEnetwork.com. That's Tiger Prince Entertainment. Joining me in the studio this week, she's the lovely, she's the vivacious and talented Rebecca Ryder. How are you, Rebecca?
I am great. Thank you.
Awesome. So we record every other Wednesday. We have an episode, and realize I'm in the same shirt as last week for the video viewers, but we sometimes record two shows on the same day. So that's why that's happening. So please, no mean comments. All right. Like action figure or anything like that. Our topic this time on this totally new and different day is listening to our friends. Listening to our friends. This is a good one. I have to hand it to you there, Rebecca. This is a good one. I did not write this episode, so your mileage may vary. So I like this one so far. I like the header because it's got a lot of Google juice, but let's get into this.
All right.
Should we listen to our friends when it comes to life's decisions and relationship issues? What do you think?
I think that yes, but I think that you need to be smart about it. And I mean, ultimately, the decision is going to be yours. And I think that you need to know, who you can talk to about certain things and who you can't. I think that, friends talk. Let's look at all the shows. Look at all the sitcoms, and do you know what I mean? You've seen it in the girls. We are never going to stop going to the bathroom together. So.
Oh, shit. 2 girls, 1 cup. Oh.
And a lot of girl talk.
You know what? I think that we have trusted friends when we want to discuss something. I think we have a short list of people that we go to. And we listen to them primarily because of, because we already know what their response is going to be. That's what I think. So we always kind of gravitate towards people who think like we do. And then the people who don't, we always say, well, I don't know if I should be taking advice from them anyway or whatever. So we tend to gravitate towards people who have our same outlook on life. So that's what I think. I think that we want to listen to our friends as long as provided they say what we want to hear. Do you think that's fair?
I think it is at like a certain level of maturity or age, but like the more mature I become and the more educated I get, I tend to be very selective about who I listen to about things that pertain to me.
Okay.
And I sort of start like now, it's kind of like I can't remember who said this. I hope I can, and then I could like quote them or put out their name or whatever. But that when that happens, but they said basically, what is it that you want? Go out and find the person that has it, and ask them how they got it. So, as a student in college, if something comes up that's really important to me, like about say my child, I want to go to the child developmentalist that I had a couple semesters ago because they always have open door policies. Come ask us any question. I would go to them for that. So that's kind of like my point. So that's why I said be smart about
who
be
you
smart
confide in.
Yeah.
Confide in.
Yep.
Do you think, I'm going to skip ahead and then go back, but
Okay.
Do you agree with me that we tend to pick our friends who will agree with us?
I think it depends on what the topic is.
Because sometimes you do want a conscience. You want somebody that's going to play that advocate and be your conscience. And then at other times you just want somebody to just high five you and be like, you know what? You are right. Screw that person. Kick them to the curb or whatever, at that moment. Just my opinion.
I think that so you have to think about like your friends too. Some friends, like I've had one since I was 3.5 years old. She knows me
How
up
do you,
and down no matter what. There's nothing I can't really pull stuff over on her. So if I were to say, "Oh, you know what this person did," she might be like, "Okay, but I know that you tend to sort of act like this when you're out in the club or whatever. So are you really sure that this person, you know,
I
are
tend
you
to know
seeing
that
this
you're an
correctly?"
a-hole, so I'm thinking they didn't really do all this stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. I love that.
And then there's friends that I have that are post divorce that are like,
Recovered.
"Oh my gosh, really? Oh my gosh," or this or that, and they're not going. They weren't there. They weren't there through the whole thing, so
Yeah. Amazing. Do you think that certain individuals that consider themselves your friend give you advice with their best interests in mind? I like
yes,
that one. I like that
definitely.
question.
I
You-
really do.
Let me go first, will you?
Yeah.
I think this is more prevalent when you're younger
Yes.
and when you want that friend that has been a big part of your life. You want to keep them a big part of your life, and sometimes they might be a little bit jealous or a little bit biased because they want more time with you or they want to keep their time with you. And then they might say something that is not necessarily a lie or anything, but kind of keeps them at the forefront.
Yes. It's like jealous friends.
Yep.
Who have nothing going on for
Nothing
them
else in
at
life.
all but you.
Yep. And they want to make sure you stay there.
Exactly. So yeah, I do. And like you said, when you're younger, but the thing also is like I have younger friends, even though I'm even almost 2 decades older than some of them.
Ooh, are they hot?
Oh yeah, we all are. But
Oh my
Silly boy.
goodness. Bring them to the studio. Bring them to the studio. They don't, I mean, I can turn up the heat to 90. They don't have to work. I mean, I don't have to wear much. I mean, just be comfortable.
Anyway, that really probably because I've already seen most of them like in their underwear, like stuff. Girls get ready together. Anyway, that's
ridiculous. Nice. Yeah.
so. I
just
hate
wanna-
that button. I just
I just want to
do.
catch up. You've seen them in their underwear. I haven't seen them.
So anyway, moving on.
Go ahead. Spit it out.
They would be like, I could say something about, oh, okay, well, this is my, this is what I'm going to be doing the next week, this weekend, this and that. And they're like, oh, you should maybe see him. Why don't you see him on Sunday?
Because Sunday's a big
Saturday
party
after
night.
we go to work. Yes, there's that big party, and you should go with me to that. Or, hey, it's so and so's birthday. Are you going? No, I'm going to, be with my significant other. And oh, well, you should see him on Friday because.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but hey, at least they're not like, oh, forget him.
That's true.
They gave him a day.
They're still handing out a free day. I mean, that's pretty nice of them.
Yeah, they're like, well, I'd rather you come Friday and Saturday, but
And I think this happens more when people are younger. I just, as far as when the person who is the friend
Yeah.
is younger or more immature or whatever you want to say to that effect.
right, because they don't have it as going on as I do.
Well, they
I
don't
have-
have family and they don't have responsibilities and they don't have, or even like some of my friends that, unfortunately are unemployed or whatever and they got a lot of time on their hands. That's one thing that I have to consider too is, wow, a lot of people don't work from home. So I probably shouldn't be calling people at 8 a.m. and
Right.
stuff, and doling out my information or advice about your job when I'm doing something totally different and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's just by human nature becomes selfish a little bit.
Yeah, because they only really can judge anything by like their years, by what they know.
Yeah.
So when it's like, oh, how come you don't have any time to do all this extra stuff? And it's like, well, you have to think about it. I drive this many, minutes to school, this many minutes back, and then dinner, laundry, all that stuff for the child, her homework. And then they're just like, oh, because they really don't even think like,
Yeah.
oh,
They don't have to at that
and
time.
every like week, someone says, "Hey, did you see that episode?" I'm like, I don't even know what that show is. I have no idea. I don't have my TV on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have things to do. I have so much to do, and I'm not the richest person in the world or anything by any means at all. That's I'm why I'm going to school to graduate, all of that, and they sort of sometimes ask like, oh, what are you getting so and so for this baby gift? And someone else, whatever, is getting married, and there's like all these showers and everything else, and it's like, well, I'm gonna, just do this because that's like what I can afford, or I have to skip like half of them because we have so many friends. Is that bad?
No, that's not bad. That's just
But they're just like,
fiscal
oh,
responsibility.
yeah, they're like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to the before party, the middle party, and the after party, and then of every single one of them, and it's like they just don't get it sometimes, and it's like I have to explain it to them. But yeah, you're right. A lot of times it is youth and experience and lack of responsibility.
Now, what makes someone a true friend? The amount of years that you've known them, the amount of years you've worked with them. And if I can go first again, I would say that it comes down to the people in your life that you can trust to be honest with you and tell you the hard truth sometimes. I don't think it has to do with the number of years you've known them. I don't think it has to do with any of those other factors like that. It always seems to come back to somebody in your life that will put their foot down and say, you know what? Here's what you've done wrong. That's what I think is a true friend. And they're just being honest with you in order to help you better yourself. What about you? What do you think?
I agree with that. I think that, it's someone that is trustworthy, someone that will truly listen to you and be loyal and not just try to spill your business everywhere and not just tell you what you want to hear, but tell you the truth and have your best interest, at heart or at mind, not like their angle. I think someone that's, can be objective enough to say, hey, I think that you were right in this situation. I think this situation you could have handled maybe this way, something like that. Not really someone that's just there to judge you and be like, oh, your life is so screwed up. Wow, mine's great. But I love hanging out with you because you make me feel so good.
I'm a rock star compared to you. Yeah. And I have 5 kids. You're like, oh, okay. That sucks.
Yeah, but I think like all of those things.
All right. Are there different levels of friends for different categories of discussions? This one's a great one because I really believe that we do filter things by experience. We know so-and-so has a lot of experience with this, so we might go to them for that conversation. It's like somebody coming to me for divorce advice. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't experienced that. So I'm sure some of my friends that have been divorced or are going through a divorce couldn't come to me with that. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree completely because there are some people out there. Okay, so like here's an example like of Facebook. What the heck was that?
That was a little bit of straw magic. I'm going to get so many email. This is unreal. It's okay.
Got some powerful lips going on over there.
Easy.
What the heck?
You know what?
No, but what?
That was really racist.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Obama is going to slap your ass. Obama got me a phone.
I was just thinking of like the suction ability. I wasn't. Okay, so anyway.
You're killing me over here. I've not been in prison, I swear. I've never been to prison. I am not a Kool-Aid drinker, I swear.
Oh, and that's not racist or judgmental at all.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not gay. Thank you. Always have to clarify.
And it's okay if you are. That's mean.
Jesus loves you no matter what.
It's true.
Oh,
So,
man.
but I think like just Facebook. Oh, you friend someone. Are they really your friend? Or are they just someone that you know by name? Someone that you have a crush on? Someone that you pray, friends you back? Is it someone that you, yes, please
You're
let
on
her,
your
please,
knee.
please, please.
Be my friend, man. I know I wasn't cool in high school, but come
Yeah.
on, man.
Or is it just a social acquaintance? Or is it just a work, member that
Nah.
that you just are that you recognize or that you are familiar with just because of the job. You don't go to family functions with them. You don't hang out on a daily basis with these people. Just like someone that you recognize, acquaintances and things like that.
Yeah,
There's tons
but-
of different levels.
But would you
There's-
agree that people do have certain life experience as far as expertise in that area? If you want to talk about, such and such, when you go to some specific person who has been through that?
Yeah, but we're talking about different levels of friends.
Yeah.
For like different categories or discussions.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah,
what I'm-
that's what I'm saying is that
Okay.
there's many different levels of people. If I want to know if I want to know something about the taste of some new sandwich that I saw on TV, that might be something I would ask someone on Facebook. Hey, anybody ever tried that, new restaurant or whatever that's
Hey, like this post.
expensive commercials?
Nice peapot.
Thank you.
Like this post if you think I should get a divorce. If I get 50 likes, I'm divorcing this motherfucker.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what people
you don't
need
go
to start
that
doing.
group. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Like I said, I'll go to
People do
Dr.
that.
So and so, blah blah blah, at the college and ask them different
Yeah.
things about
Well,
career.
not all of us are that schmat.
About well, no, you don't have to be that smart.
Not
to
all
just
of us are
go
that
and
schmat. We don't have
contact-
schmat friends. You know what? I'm going to Big Mike for my advice. What does that tell you where I'm at? Where am I at in life? Hey, Big Mike, what do you think I should do about my stock options? where the fuck does that put me?
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I started
so-
this little studio over 6 years ago. Why haven't I offed myself? I mean, why don't I just mercifully just finish it off? Okay, I'm sorry. Nervous breakdown. I was a pro
I know because
athlete.
them two listeners
I
count
was-
on you each.
I was a pro
every
athlete.
other Wednesday.
Exactly. I was a pro athlete with thousands of fans adoring my every move. And now it's like 5 people shirtless eating pickles in their mom's basement,
And we love you.
listening and masturbating at the same time. That's not healthy. Oh, well. Okay. Can't win them all. Should you discuss your relationship with friends of the opposite sex?
Oh no.
This is so fucking dicey right here. This is where it gets so dicey right
Not relationship problems.
Because-
but if you want to discuss something like
here. No.
gifts, or do you have, my significant other likes this or likes that.
Well,
I'm
I
not a
think you
guy. What would you want if you were a guy that liked this or this or this?
When women are
something
like, I think you guys are around the same cock size, so what do you think? You know what I mean? It gets a little weird.
Yeah,
But-
that one was weird.
But no, it always is in the back of my mind that, wow, this woman might have a vested interest for me to be single.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part where I'm just like, I can't trust it,
No.
I just can't trust that, where they're like, you know what, you should, you don't seem as happy as you used to be, and blah blah blah. You're like, wait a minute here. And I don't think younger people see that. I know older people can pick up on that usually, but that leads to some very dicey and interesting conversations, in my opinion. If you're talking full relationship stuff.
Yeah, especially if you reciprocate that.
Yeah. And you're like, well,
Then you're going to have a lot
right.
of non-relationship stuff.
Yeah, we should meet at the motel to talk about her. Yeah, you're right. I'll meet
That's
you
a
there.
good secret place.
Mm-hmm.
No one will see
Yeah,
us.
it's only $60 a night. Let's go there.
Except for that new group of people that Rebecca got together that takes snapshots and says, "Here,
Oh,
no more
yeah.
rainbows for you, because
Yeah.
this is your real life."
Stalker social network.
Man, that would be cool.
Stalker social network.
That would be awesome.
No,
yeah, like-
it would not be.
I don't know. Yeah, okay. It wouldn't be awesome for them. So, but it would be entertaining for me. And I think that you're right, because there are other people that could maybe even like sucker you in and just say, "Oh, how are you and so and so?" And then you could just get caught up in this conversation, and then you'd be like, "Well, yeah, we're fine."
Yeah. Or you
And
give
then
them
it's like, go ahead.
a lot of times you arm people with all the information they need. So if you say, I don't like my boyfriend because of this, this, and this, then that person magically all of a sudden becomes everything the opposite of those things.
Exactly.
You know, and it always leads to trouble.
I agree. You shouldn't talk to somebody else not about meaningful stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just a little weird. All right.
Yeah. And dangerous. It's just
And you just
not
don't
good.
see it. Like the person in the situation never sees it. Like women that have guy friends, they just never see that. Wow, this guy is just biding his time. Well, I've known him for 3 years. Trust me. We're like snakes.
Yeah, and I
we don't
keep
have to
finding
eat
out.
often. We don't have to eat very often. We just have to eat.
Ugh.
Oh.
I just saw a study on that as well about can men and women really be just friends? And they said that, yeah, but it's very, very rare, because almost more than like twice as much as girls, the guys either perceive it as more, want it to be more, or whatever, like are, actually trying to date this person.
And they'll
Rather than-
swear up and down that they're not. They're like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but
You're
they
like,
take
"Oh,
up
get
like
the fuck
4
outta here."
days of your week when you have, when you have nothing else to do. Or
Let's go get lunch again. Again? Really? You're like, wow.
yeah, there's, I got these free tickets to this concert. Oh my gosh, they're like $300 a piece. How'd you get those tickets? They just really, yeah, they suck up all your time, and we don't see it as much because I don't know. I will say this like forever. I don't want to sleep with my friends.
Nice.
I don't want to be with my friends. They're just my friends. If I wanted to date somebody, I would date them. Period.
Who else can we seek insight from? So besides friends, do you go to anybody else? I don't go to family members anymore. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't go to my family members.
You go to somebody else's family. Nice.
I do actually. Well, I have an older sister, so we talk about different things. We have college in common, and we understand certain things about the scheduling and what goes on, and different professors and how classes can go, and then we do talk about going on from like a bachelor's degree to a master's degree, stuff like that. So for
Nice.
one of my family members, that yes, I do, and I really can't cook, so I go to my parents for like cooking advice and stuff like that. But relationship wise, I would, I mean, since I know so much, I don't have to.
Yeah. Nice. Nice one.
I get all I need from Hank Davis.
And all the insight you need. And that's why you have a divorce under your belt.
Exactly. Good one. And a stalker.
Yeah.
That was just reserved
Nice. You've been served.
today, actually.
Get your papers. 100 yards, motherfucker. 100 yards. Nice.
Funny.
That is pretty good.
So,
Shit,
but yeah, I
please.
mean, and there's a lot of places like you can just go online too, and if there's somebody that you admire in relationship area, someone that look into it first, and then see. There's a lot of people on the internet that are open to you just emailing them and asking them questions. If you need to, or
Yeah, I mean, you can always do it in a format of just an opinion. It doesn't have to be like real advice. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
some of those experts, they get a little nervous if you're saying like, "Oh, are you really gonna apply that?" You know what I mean? They don't want that liability. I think.
Yeah,
So if
like-
you just say, "Hey, what is your opinion on this?" or "What is your opinion on that?" They'll give it to you. 11 times out of 10, they talk a
Yeah.
little too much sometimes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there. We really like, I have, like I said, I have professors I can go to. I don't,
Yeah.
not like a lot of family members, but a lot of people do have family members that they can go to. And I mean, but for the main part, yeah, we all do like go to our friends. But if there's like something that you just really are like, hey, should I leave my significant other? Google it. See what happens. See what comes up and be objective, just kind of take the information in, but then you make the final decision. Trust yourself.
There's
a
an
little
app for that. Oh my gosh.
What?
To leave or not to leave. Let me you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's funny but true.
And there's like a cheater one too, or something like that.
Oh,
Is my
shit.
girlfriend a cheater? Is my boyfriend a cheater?
Nice.
Okay. Like
Type
I'm
in
gonna
his first
so
name
count
here.
on that.
You're like,
Yes.
oh shit, yep,
Name,
he is.
birthday. Oh,
He is. It's in his name.
that's so crazy.
That's fucked up. But true. Awesome. Rebecca, any final thoughts on this topic of listening to your friends?
Yeah, I think that just be smart and sit back and sort of ask yourself before you just start this conversation with anybody about whatever it is that's important to you about your relationship or whatever it is going on in your life, and think like, who would be the best person to ask this, rather than just be like, oh, in the mid sentence at work, you know what, my boyfriend really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Should I this and that? And then all the girls are gonna be like, oh yeah, honey,
Get rid of him. And then they go back to their woman
can't never count
boyfriend.
on no man. Yeah.
At
all
the end
that
of the
stuff. What? Yeah.
At the end of the day, they go back to their woman beating boyfriend
Yeah.
that they'll never leave.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll tell you to leave somebody. But my thing is this.
If you're in a marriage too, don't go asking all your single friends.
No. My final thoughts on this topic would be, you already know in your mind what direction you're headed on certain subjects. Just follow what you're feeling, what you're truly feeling. You can't always look outside yourself for validation. You can look to friends who you trust, and really admire for maybe some insight that, as long as they've given you advice, they've proven over time that they're honestly looking out for your best interest. You can go to those type of people, but 9 times out of 10, you have the information, you have the resolution within you, and you just don't want to face it without getting some extra validation from somebody else. Just my opinion.
I think that's a lot like what you just said. I'm just really proud of what you just said anyway, by the way. I'm highly impressed with your
I'm pretty
your
schmat.
take on that. Yeah, it was
I'm pretty
awesome.
schmat.
Very
Yeah.
wise.
I mean, I've been hitting the head of thousands of times, but I'm still smart.
It was very good though. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you. So it's like I think you just sort of hit it on the head too when you said validation.
And that's.
Because a lot of people are like, this is what I think I want to do, this is what I feel like I want to do,
Yep.
but am I right?
Can I get somebody to
Can
confirm
I get your
it?
approval?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Can I get
Mommy,
somebody to
may
confirm
I?
this? Oh shit!
Mother,
I
may
was
I?
right. Damn it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be right this time. It's kind of humorous. We're making it out to sound like, but in real life, it's the way it goes.
It's kind of crazy too because we never even said, hey, why don't you talk to the person that you're with?
Ooh. Whoops. Maybe
they
that
might
was
have
part of
some
the problem.
investment in
Maybe that's
the
why I've had 2 ex-fiancés. I'm just saying.
communication people
Yikes.
and the library.
He's leaving a wake in his path. All right, Rebecca, can we wrap this shit up, please?
Wrap it up.
All right. Folks, we thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Relationship Hot Topics. We hope you tune into all the shows at tpenetwork.com. For Rebecca Ryder, I'm Hank Davis. Until next time, my friends, we're signing off.
Tiger Prince Entertainment.
Nothing else like it.